Welcome to Nation in Conversation. I'm Theo Foster. With me in the studio today is Kobus Steenekamp. Kobus is head of Monsanto in South Africa. Welcome, Kobus. Kobus, I want to talk about the challenges and the changes in technology. We live in a world where technology is continuously changing, and some of us are not that inclined to food technology on your side, seed technology. If you look at the major trends in current technology advancements, where are those major trends?
Yeah, thank you, Theo. Yeah, so Monsanto is an innovative technology provider in the field of agriculture, main focus in crops like soybean and maize. So specifically to maize, we have launched a couple of technologies in South Africa to make the maize plant more robust, to mitigate the risk of various pests. But it does not only stop at pests, it also goes further to things like climatical conditions. So as we know, in South Africa, we had a couple of recent droughts, so it's fresh in our memories. So we need to make sure that we bring technologies to the farmers of South Africa to produce sustainably. So we need to help them to overcome all these challenges with regards to drought. If you look at the technologies and the developments over the next 10, 15 years, a big focus on genomics. We all know about data sequencing. We have had many successes and launched many products with the use of genetic modification or genetic enhancement. Newer technologies that comes to the forefront is CRISPR, so-called gene editing, where you can go and take and identify a specific gene, take it from the DNA of the plant, and then produce a crop that does not have that negative characteristic. It can maybe a specific disease. Then farmers will continually focus on soil biology. Also coupled to that is, of course, water. We know we are a water scarce country and we need to use our water resources more sparingly and more efficiently. Then there's a whole field of digital technologies, looking at sensoring, looking at data analytics, in other fields also automation, artificial intelligence. Of course, there it will be a big enabler for farmers to make use of precision agriculture, which we know will be the future of agriculture.
I want to take two elements from that discussion. The first point is there's sometimes a perception that by messing around with foods and genetic changes or enhancements, what's the risk involved in that, and is there an underlying risk?
So we have been involved with biotechnology or genetical enhancements for more than 20 years, and commercial products in South Africa has been used 15 years plus, specifically staple foods like maize. And we haven't received any complaint with regards to even a light stomach ache. We test our products thorough, and our ultimate goal is to provide a product or a technology that produce foods that are of similar characteristics than a conventional food.
If you look at technology, so from the bulk of the South African population needs cheap food that's healthy, that we can provide food for a big population of which a major portion is unemployed. And if you take that through to technology, we underestimate the fact that the vast majority of South African farmers, if you count them by a factor of 20, is small-scale farmers living in rural traditional areas. What is the application for technology in those areas?
Yeah, so I think that the nice thing about seed, and specifically hybrid seed treatments, as well as the biotechnology products, the products that has been genetically enhanced, is the fact that it is scale neutral. We talk a lot about in South Africa.
Just explain scale neutral.
So scale neutral is that technology will fit a 1 hectare farmer and it will fit a 1,000 hectare farmer. So there's no huge capital investment. So the 1 hectare farmer will get the same benefit, even get a bigger benefit than the 1,000 hectare farmer. You need to remember that the 1,000 hectare farmer has been farming commercially for many years, using the best technologies. So to increase yield and to enable them to farm sustainably, this farmer will make use of incremental yield increases. So 300 kilogram per ton or per hectare, and next year maybe 200 kilogram per hectare by employing a new hybrid, for example.
And that's an incremental, slow process.
Incremental, slow process, but there needs to be a return on investment for the farmer. In a case of a 1 hectare farmer, a so-called subsistence farmer, some years ago, these farmers were only able to produce 1 ton of grain per hectare. By exposing them and various mentoring programs with the support of Grain South Africa, these farmers today produce up to 6 and 7 tons per hectare. Only one small change, moving away from farm-safe seed or open pollinated varieties to hybrid seeds with technology that protect that maize plant against insects, specifically the stalk borer, and helping the farmer to employ a very good herbicide, a weed control program. So it's very good to see that these farmers get the same benefit, not at a much higher cost. So if you go and do the cost analysis, it's true, the farmer pay a premium for the seed that he purchased, that 2 kilogram bag or the 5 kilogram bag, compared to the open pollinated seed of the past. But the yield increases if you convert that to profit per hectare and also food security in that specific household. You cannot compare it. It's really great to see the benefits that this technology brings to that individual household.
Let's take it all the way back to the big commercial farmer. That's the bulk of the agriculture, maize producers, or even any agriculture producers in South Africa. And that's where we earn the export income from, and that's where we see the massive infrastructure spend in the agriculture sector. Obviously, from a multinational company like yourselves, which invests in South Africa because that's one of the countries they would like to be invested, it's critically important to have a healthy agriculture sector. And we're currently in this political debate of land and land expropriation without compensation. From your point of view as an international investor in South Africa, how do you approach that?
Yeah, so we as a global role player with various other strategic partners has to follow these trends, the macro trend, the micro trends, very carefully. I think there was a time a couple of months ago where there was a lot of concern when we first heard about land reform without compensation. I believe all South Africans, without a doubt, farmers included, will agree that land reform is needed, but land reform without compensation poses certain threats. So Monsanto per se is not a landowner, but of course we need to have a very stable environment to work with our farmers to enable them to farm successfully. And to make an investment in South Africa, we need that stability and need to be sure that we will be able also to be sustainable in the country. But lately, and the recent conversations is that it seems more and more that there's a bigger understanding that the commercial farmer will remain important and they will be complemented, and land, unproductive land will be brought in production. And this unproductive land will be given and farmed by the so-called new commercial farmers.
And that's actually an opportunity for you guys.
Definitely a great opportunity, and we in South Africa believe in our farmers, irrespective size, irrespective background, and we are here in South Africa to stay and help these farmers to be successful.
Thanks, Kobus.
Thank you.
That was Kobus Steenekamp from Monsanto. From Nation and Conversation and me, Theo Foster, have a great day.